everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So on today's episode, I decided to make a very simple but delicious side dish, and it's gonna be zucchini side dish, Asian inspired. You know how I like my Korean and Asian dishes. So this is gonna be sort of like a zucchini stir fry. So let's start with the ingredients. So the first thing I'm gonna show you, so you're gonna need, of course, a zucchini. I'm just gonna use one medium-sized zucchini today. I'm also going to need some green onions, so I just have 2 here. 1 huge clove of garlic. As you have been watching me, you know I love garlic. You're also going to need some sesame oil, as well as some fish sauce. If you really don't like fish sauce, you can try and use soy sauce instead, but the fish sauce does give it an interesting taste, so really try, and if you can, make it with the fish sauce. Also, sesame seeds, like always, roasted sesame seeds. I'm just gonna use some peppercorn, just different kinds of peppers here in the mix, like black, white, and red, I believe. And you're just gonna need any kind of water, and I do like to use bottled water, so just any kind of water. And as well as you're gonna need a little bit of some kind of cooking oil, like avocado oil, just because we don't wanna overpower the dish with a lot of sesame oil. So that's all the ingredients. Okay, so to start, let's work on our zucchini. So because my zucchini is different in size, so it is narrower here, more white here, what I'm gonna do is cut it in half. And where it is more narrow, we're gonna cut them just in half circles. Don't go too thin. You don't want them to fall apart after cooking, but don't go too thick that they take a very long time to cook. So kind of try and do medium-sized slices. Okay, now like I said, because this is wider than the other half of the zucchini, I may just quarter these. Instead of cutting in half circles, I'll just quarter the circles. Just you want pieces to be pretty similar sizes, just that when you're stir frying that it cooks faster and more evenly. Okay, so that's our zucchini cut up. Now you can finely chop your garlic, like mince it, or you can grate it, or you can zest it, whatever you prefer. For the sake of today's recipe, I'm just gonna grate mine. So it's not too small, so I would probably suggest not using a zester, but using at least a grate that's not the smallest one you have. So I'm just gonna grate it on this. Okay, so that's our zucchini and grated garlic, and the last thing you need to do is just cut your scallions. And just for fun today, I'm gonna slice it a little bit diagonally, just like that. Okay, so we have prepped all of our ingredients. So now we can go to the stovetop and just pan fry it. I'll show you how. As well as I'll mention all the ingredients while cooking it that you need to add to the stir fry. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is use some kind of like a wok or a deep frying pan. And I'm just going to turn it on to the highest setting I have. And we're going to get it really hot. And I should also mention, keep your green onions separate because we are going to add it at the end raw. So once your frying pan is hot enough, add some oil. You can use avocado oil or olive oil, whatever oil you cook with, but don't add too much because we're going to be adding some sesame oil as well. So now you can add your zucchinis as well as your garlic, and we're gonna add some sesame oil, so 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. And we're gonna cook for about 4 to 5 minutes for now. I'm gonna lower just a little bit to medium-high heat. And of course, if you know the concept of stir fry is you cook and you constantly stir. So it's a pretty fast method of cooking on high temperatures. So let's mix the garlic with the zucchini first. And then we'll add some black pepper as well as some sesame oil. So this is, sorry, not black pepper. This is a mix of 3 different colored peppers, I believe. You can skip the pepper if you don't want it spicy. Now we're gonna add some fish sauce. So 3 teaspoons of fish sauce. And keep in mind, fish sauce is really salty, so I'm not gonna add any more salt. But if you want, you can always add more salt to your taste. And 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. And like I said, cook for about 4 minutes. We're gonna cook it for 2 more minutes after. So if you don't want it to be too kind of mushy, you can always make 3 minutes and 2 minutes. You can cut down the cooking time to your taste. If you want a little bit crunchiness less, cook a little bit less. So I think I'm gonna do mine for 3 minutes and an additional 2 minutes. Okay everyone, so after about 3 minutes, I'm gonna add just 2 tablespoons of just some regular water. And I'm gonna turn up on high heat as well. And I'm just gonna cook for 1 to 2 more minutes. So once the zucchinis look a little bit more clear in color, like less white, more clear, then they're ready. If you want even more like salty and more sort of Asian taste, I'm gonna call it, you can add like a couple teaspoons of soy sauce as well to this dish. But I kind of like it like this. Okay, so I think it's ready now. So let's just put it in a serving bowl and I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so the dish is ready now, and the last 2 things you want to do to this dish is I like to add some green onion that we cut up just on the top. I really like the combination of some fresh with something cooked. So I add some green onions. And the very last thing you want to do to this dish to make it even more Asian inspired, you're going to take some sesame seeds, and I'm actually going to take some in my hand and I'm going to crush them a little bit. This way they give out even more taste. And these are roasted sesame seeds, like I mentioned. So maybe like a tablespoon or so of sesame seeds. So that's everything. The dish is ready. Like I said, it's pretty simple, very few ingredients. So let's see up close. So these are zucchini stir fry with some sauces you can see at the beginning of the video. And they're just garnished with some green onion as well as some roasted sesame seeds. So like I mentioned at the beginning, this is like an Asian inspired side dish, simple and quick to make, but tastes delicious. So I hope you give it a try. Please like the video and don't forget to subscribe. And thank you so much for watching like always, and I'll see you in my next one. Thank you. Bye.